Welcome to the second of the Bitesize housing series, Energy Performance Certificates and the Private Rented Sector, the Basics. Energy Performance Certificates, EPCs, first became a requirement in the private rented sector in October 2008. They were adopted as part of the European Union's Energy Performance of Buildings Directive. The directive aligned with the UK's own energy strategy and targets. EPCs measure the property's energy performance and cost estimates for heating and hot water. They are compiled using a methodology called RD-SAP, Reduced Data Standard Assessment Procedure. A reduced data approach was preferred to make the process and cost of obtaining an EPC more cost-effective. The methodology is regularly updated to reflect any changes in building performance theory and in technology. The EPC will be going through substantial updates in 2025 under new proposals. Landlords must have a valid EPC to lawfully market and let a rented property, with few exceptions. You should supply your tenant with a valid EPC from the start of the tenancy. Failure to do so is unlawful and could prevent you from serving a Section 21 eviction notice. An EPC is valid for 10 years, enabling tenants to make informed choices on renting properties based on the potential heating and hot water costs. Properties let before 2008, when EPCs were introduced, without a change in tenant, only need to comply with MEES legislation when there is a change in tenant. In most cases, all existing tenancies should have a valid EPC and should adhere to the target E-rating requirement, unless there's a relevant exemption, which then must be registered on the PRS exemptions register. You must still obtain an EPC for a listed building and carry out the permitted improvements in line with current guidance from MEES and within what is permitted under the building's listed or conservation status. You will need a qualified domestic energy assessor to carry out an EPC. This takes around 45 minutes to complete on site, depending on the size of the property and the number of extensions it has. There is further work to upload the data, search for further evidence online if required, and lodge the EPC. Full access should be available inside and outside the property, into all rooms, cupboards, and into any loft spaces. The most important elements of the property that will be inspected are the heating systems and heating controls, the wall construction and insulation status, loft and floor insulation levels, lighting, and glazing type. The EPC will award the property a rating from A to G. A is the highest and most efficient, and G is the lowest and least efficient. The current target for private rented property is E, which is awarded to properties which have between 39 and 54 SAP points. F and G rated properties should be improved unless exempt, in order to be lawfully let. SAP, Standard Assessment Procedure points, are cumulatively awarded according to the efficiency and energy performance of heating, insulation, lighting, and any renewable energy technologies. To achieve the proposed C rating, the property will need to achieve a minimum of 69 points. The recommendations on the EPC are one of the key elements to guide you to which improvements will raise the EPC score. These are found under the heading Improve the property's energy performance. This will give you a list of suggested improvements that may help improve the energy rating based on assessment results. With the exception of the first suggested improvement, the stated points increases will only apply if the measures are done in the order they appear on the list. It is always best to ask your domestic energy assessor to model the actual EPC improvement on a draft version before going ahead with any works. You can improve your F&G rated property by using our Energy Rating Improver tool to obtain recommendations. Watch our other Bitesize Housing Series videos to learn more about the minimum energy efficiency standards, what you need to do, and how you can go about it, with advice and guidance from local housing and energy efficiency professionals. Contact us if you need any further advice or assistance, and we'll be happy to help.